I'm so sorry. I know I'm 3 minutes late. I slept through my alarm, basically. I woke up when my alarm went off, and then I slept in. Then I went right back to sleep and slept in for another hour, and I've been behind ever since. So sorry, I'm 3 minutes late, but I am here now. Are we live, everybody? What's up? No, Harley, no tech issues. Like I told you earlier, I'd slept. Like, I literally woke up when my alarm went off and then went right back to sleep and slept for another hour. So I am running behind. How is everybody? What's up, Mikey? Yo, Andrew, I'm going to hop into VC just in a second. Don't worry. I just didn't have time to do that before the stream started. And with everybody else, Harley, or if Odin is watching right now, I'll be on VC in just a second. What's up, Elf? What's up, Nathan? What's up, Santa Tracker? What's up, Liverpool? What's up, Nathan? What's up, HLG Plays? What's up, Holiday Tracking? What's up, Daniel? What's up, Jonah? Yeah, that sucks, Elf. Glad you got a new account, though. Yo, what's up? Henry, what's up? How is everybody? Again, sorry I'm 3 minutes late. That's just how it is sometimes. You just sleep past your alarm and you have to deal with that. Okay, let me go into Discord VC. How is the audio? Is my mic good with the audio? All that stuff, let me know. Let's see. Well, this stuff. Oh, I said your name twice. Yeah. I did wake up like not that long ago, so I'm still probably slightly like sleep deprived. Let's see. I'm gonna go into stream voice chat. So if any of our members want to come in right now, guys, to stream voice chat. Yo, Harley.
What's up, man? How you been?
I've been good. How about you?
I've been alright. I've been fine, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't really know what to say, to be honest, because it's been a while.
Yeah. So everybody, this is Harley, if you don't know. He was on the summer stream with us. We hired him this summer. So if you haven't already, welcome Harley to the team this year, along with Odin. If Odin pops in, also welcome him to the team as well.
Up, everyone.
Okay, I'm great, Santa Trekker. How about you? I'm awesome. Awesome, Mikey. I'm great as well. How are we under 50 days already? I know. Insane. 45 days, 9 hours, 54 minutes until our stream starts. Insane. Audio's awesome. Glad to hear it. Very good. Awesome, Jonah. I'm doing good. Well, I probably said that millions of times, Nathan, but yeah, I'm doing good. All right. You can see I also fixed Nightbot too. I was able to fit Merry Christmas at the end of its welcome message, so that took a while with the character limit, trying to figure out how I can condense it enough to fit Merry Christmas in it. Yeah, time flies, insane. Can't believe it's already this time of year. Let's go. What's up, Daisy? Hello, how are you? Christmas is coming. Yes, it sure is. Man, guys, we are getting so close. If you don't know already, if you weren't here for our website reveal stream, amltrackers.com, we got a lot of cool stuff. In fact, amltrackers.com/ETA, which is right below me, that's going to be the coolest part of our website come Christmas. If you don't know, the second our stream starts is when ETAs will be available on our website. So stay tuned. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Recently I've updated the terms of service on the website. I made a statement all about this too. Just to clarify some things, as my original terms of service was actually more generic and didn't explain everything. And with different things that have been going on recently, I was like, yeah, I need to definitely be more specific with the terms of service. So, read that on the website as well, if you haven't. It's very important for our rules and restrictions this year surrounding our content in general. And I did put in more Nightbot timers, so it should come around, every 5 minutes or so, kind of talking about more things. No commands yet on the Nightbot though. Again, like I said on the last stream, it's probably going to be more like, I don't know. If I have time in the next 2 weeks, because we don't stream for another 2 weeks, I might, if I have time, get those ready for the next test stream 2, which I think is on November 22nd, if I'm not wrong. I think that's right. Let me check my calendar here. Yeah, that's right. 2 weeks from now, November 22nd. If I have time, though. I'm going out of town next week and will be gone for several days, though. So it will really just depend if I have the time. If I don't have the time between now and the next 2 weeks to get the commands ready for test stream 2, then at the very least, I will do it during another 2-week period where we're not streaming, and that would be between the NORAD's website launch and then test stream 3. So if it's either going to be ready on November 22nd for test stream 2 or test stream 3 on December 13th. Those are going to be one of the 2 days that the commands will be available. Again, sorry that it's later than usual this year. It just, if you've been paying attention, I've really expanded our ETAs this year. Obviously, the big part being the website, but for the commands themselves, same way. And they just take a lot longer to prep. I at least need 2 weeks where I'm not streaming so I can just work on it. So, but like I said, either way, if it's, test stream 3 on December 13th, or if it's, I think that's the right day, right? Yeah, December 13th, or if it's test stream 2 on November 22nd, those 2-week periods leading up to it, I'm going to be out of town like both the weekends before, because like I said, next week I'm going back to Oregon, and then the week before test stream 3 is my birthday weekend, so I'll be out of town too. So it will really just depend on which weekend I'm gone for slightly less, so I can work on those commands a little bit. So just stay tuned. But definitely, no matter what, sometime in November or December, those commands will be ready for sure. And like I said, even if they're not ready in a couple weeks, they'll absolutely be ready well in time for our main stream. So don't you worry. But yeah, man, who's excited for it? Yeah, and if Elf, you're trying, yeah, those commands, that's why. Yeah, I mean, that's the big thing this year, the ETAs, everything. I hope you guys are excited because, man, this is like our absolute best year yet in terms of absolutely everything. Content, like I said, our ETAs are just going to be so awesome. And if you don't know, our ETAs we implemented them last year on our Nightbot commands on our live chat. So basically, Nightbot, once those are implemented again, those will be able to count down to whatever region that you're trying to get an ETA from all across the world. So, it'll show the time remaining, right? So it's kind of like Google Santa Tracker in terms of when you log on, it's like it tells you how many hours away, although mine are more specific. Originally, I didn't try them to be that specific, but even though I don't put the seconds in because that's way too specific, I just round to the nearest minute. For some reason, Nightbot still does the seconds, so there's no way around that. But, it's kind of like that. It shows the time remaining of the estimate of our program, basically, until Santa gets to X spot. It's obviously way better than Google Santa Tracker. First off, it's more specific than just saying an hour and a half, whatever. Plus, it relies on historical... it relies more on NORAD data, really. So that's going to be a lot more realistic compared to Google, which we saw last year. And in fact, these ETAs I expect to be even a little bit more accurate than they were last year. I really tried to make them as accurate as it possibly could this year, even more so. So again, it won't show like the time printed, like Santa will arrive at this time on Nightbot specifically, but it will show it as like, okay, the countdown will be, 5 hours, 4 minutes, like that. But on the website, this is the first year we're implementing, all those regions on the website. And on the website, they'll actually show a printed time. So you can also see it right below me too, where it says, basically come back when our stream starts, because right when our stream starts at 6 a.m. GMT on the 24th of December, which is 10 p.m. Pacific time or 1 a.m. Eastern time, or now 11 p.m. Mountain time for me, being in a new time zone, right when our stream starts, that's when that is, and that's when you can come to the website and be able to, actually see the printed time on the website. So you get the countdown of the time remaining with Nightbot in the stream chat, and then the printed time on the website. So you can really use both, excuse me, at the same time. So that would be really cool to be able to do that. huge improvement from last year. Plus, like I said, even more ETAs and regions than we had more last year. So it's going to be awesome, honestly. And then in terms of the printed time, though, on the website, it will only be in the local time zone that the location or delivery is in. So, like, for example, if it's Idaho, then it will be in my time zone. And if it's in the UK, then it'll be GMT, kind of like that. So it won't be in your specific time zone with the time printed on the website. I will just be in the local delivery time. But like I said, with our awesome AML time converter, you can also use this tool to be able to kind of see when it's in your time zone too, which is really cool. Like, the main point of it is like, you can look. So we'll be live for 28.5 hours for our main tracking stream. So the main point of it is, going through, looking at your time zone, and then you can see exactly when every hour of our stream is in your local time zone, right? But the cool thing is, like, for example, if you were to see, oh, Santa's getting to Gabe after midnight Mountain Time. Well, you go to Mountain Time, right? You find the start. You go to part 3. So if it's like, oh, Gabe's somewhere in the midnight time frame when Santa delivers to him. Oh, hour 6. So then you can cross-reference that with whatever. Let's go to GMT. Let's go hour 6 on part 3, and that's a 7 o'clock hour in the morning. So again, you can also use this tool for both of those things. So it'll be really awesome, I think, for this year, and I hope you guys are excited. And like I said, you can also always use this tool too, because although I have every offset of every time zone, what I mean by that is UTC is Coordinated Universal Time, which is technically the same offset, the same time as GMT, but it's the 24-hour format. It does not include AM and PM, if that makes sense. It's kind of the universal time that is used around the world. So if you don't have a set time zone like the ISS, or like, for example, even though the North Pole has multiple different time zones, I still use UTC for the North Pole because that's really the best you can do. And for the ISS, they use, in space, they use UTC. So that's kind of like the universal time zone that all the time zones across the world are set on. So for example, you can see if you go down to GMT or Western European time, which is the same time, you can see that it's /UTC because it's the same offset. UTC is GMT in Western European time. But any other time zone, you can see, oh, it's -1 UTC or +1 UTC because it all revolves around UTC. So my point is, I have all the UTC time zones that are like all different across the world, so that won't be a problem. It's just, the point is, there's hundreds if not thousands of different names for the same time zones. Like, for example, like even this, like GMT is UTC, just like how Western European time is UTC. Depending on where you are across the world, you're going to have multiple different names for the same time, if that makes sense. So in that instance, if you don't see your specific name of the time zone, all you got to do is just press this button, and then it will tell you what your UTC offset is. So for me, it's telling me that in an Idaho, the Mountain Time is used and Pacific Time is used, which is true. Pacific Time is Northern Idaho, and I'm in Mountain Time, which is Southern Idaho. So in this case, here we go. UTC -7 is what we're looking for me. So it tells you right there. Like, for example, if my time zone wasn't actually listed, then I come down to UTC -7, and then no matter what this says, you always get the UTC, and then you know exactly what time everything's in. So that was a big, I just rambled for a while, but anyway, I'm just trying to show off how versatile our website is with everything you can do. So I hope you guys are really excited for everything that you can do with this. Again, this countdown is not only until our stream starts, but it's also when our ETAs go live on the website. Let me catch up on chat here. I'm not too bad. Awesome. Glad to hear it, Daisy. Can't believe it's already this time of year. I know, Nathan. It's insane. Time has gone so fast. Yes, it has. And don't use the prediction for your channel. Correct. Thank you for saying that, Elf. So not only, I've gone through this several times, but you have no idea how much I studied the law last weekend too. That's why I updated our terms of service, because some things in our terms of service, I didn't say the right way, and I wanted to make sure that everything I'm doing, coordinates with the law, and everything that other people aren't allowed to do coordinates with the law. So that's why I changed the terms of service and really studied what exactly is right and what's wrong. That's why I updated it. I wanted to be transparent about that because I wanted to make sure our terms of service was completely accurate, which it is now. And it's the same concept as before, just the way I worded it, I didn't really understand, but now I do with everything that I updated it with. So you need to follow the terms of service. Everybody does. But yeah, I mean, like Elf said, I mean, not only that includes our website and our YouTube channel. If you don't know, copyright is like an original, it's an automatic law that goes into place for original work. Like, for example, that includes our website, that includes our YouTube channel. By law, it is considered original work, therefore it can't be recreated. So that's already copyrighted by that nature already, because it's considered original work, which includes our ETAs, our predictions. You know, our prediction program. It includes our secret AML files. It includes our time converter. It includes everything on this website. It also includes everything on our YouTube channel. It's all considered original work. It cannot be replicated. And if it does get replicated, we have the right to file a copyright report through either the website or through our YouTube channel, depending on if it's stolen from what platform. We have the right to file a copyright report and get that taken down. Whoever may recreate it, hypothetically, hopefully that doesn't happen, but we've had a lot of incidents recently. So we have the right to do that and be like, no, you can't do that. And then we file a copyright report and get whatever recreation taken down, whether that be a live stream of our content, whether that be the website or our YouTube channel or any of our streams, or it's just, in fact, a recreation of anything on our YouTube channel or on a website. We have the right to just take it right down. And then when it comes to our, like I said, our designs, any of the graphics or images that you see across our YouTube channel or our social media, anything you see, like all across our streams, anything like that, thumbnails, anything that you see like that, it just, since we license everything we do, it is actually prohibited by law for somebody to take either our exact thumbnail, or even, like, say, for example, if they only took this, like, bunny, right, out of this image here, or only took this one Santa out of this image here, or only took this one radar image out of this thing. Because since I license everything individually to make my logo, to make sure we're legal with everything we do, it's also illegal for somebody to take that and get it as theirs. Because since the licensing company requires payment for every single element, you cannot just take it away, and you have to have proper licensing. Which nobody can just be like, oh, I took this and it's licensed. That's not how it works. That's just not how it works. So then through that way, even though it's not our copyrighted design, for example, in terms of our, like, actual images and designs, since they gave us the right to license it through their copyrighted designs, it goes the same way. Then I can file an infringement report through the licensing company, and then they will handle it and then take it down. So that's kind of where we are with everything. If it's our content, like our website or our YouTube channel, we're like, okay, we'll do the copyright report and take it down. But if it's the images displayed on anything you see, whether it's on the stream, the overlay you see, any of the thumbnails, any of the images or designs you see, then we have to go through the licensing company, and then they'll take it down, whoever recreates it or steals it. So there you go. I wasn't that clear about it, I don't think, in the last live stream, so I just wanted to make that more clear now, since I really did study the law last weekend after more people tried to steal our stuff. So that is, in fact, exactly the rights that we have in all of our content and everything like that. So like I said, everything I just said basically is in our terms of service. So, and if you don't know, it's on our website under About Us. So it's our mission statement. You have to scroll down, terms of service, right here. Everything I just said is right there. So that was a big ramble, but I wanted to make that clear. Unfortunately, people steal stuff, and you just kind of have to deal with that. But like I said, because of how everything's set up, we have the right to be like, nope, you can't do that. All right, so let me catch up here.
I'm not sure that you mentioned that we're going to be live for 28 hours.
Yeah, I know.
which is insane.
I know. You know, Harley, usually we're live for longer. Usually it's like a 30-hour stream. But last year, I was like, you know what? We went live at 4 a.m. your time. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to let UK people and Ireland people sleep a little bit longer.
Oh, finally.
Yeah. And plus, I didn't think we needed a 5-hour wait until the countdown ended. I just didn't think we needed that. So now we have a 3-hour wait. It's still enough of a build up that I think it builds hype and everything, but it didn't need to be 5 hours like it was last year.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mikey. I'm just reading your comment from like 15 minutes ago. Have fun going out of town. Team Yasuo unlisted their 11th annual show from 2019. That's interesting. So, are people trying to copy the channel content in general? Glad you're doing something about it. Yes. Basically, yeah. They've been trying to steal our thumbnails and stuff, and we've been able to, fight against it, and so now, as of right now, nobody's stealing our stuff. But I'm always looking out to make sure, because if it happens again, then I'll take care of it. But yeah, Unfortunately, that's how it goes. This is the first year that this has ever happened. It started happening at Easter. We kind of had it on the DL because we didn't want to make a big deal about it when we were streaming. But Michael and I, another team member, we were on stream when Easter Bunny was in South America. And somebody was actually live streaming our stream, which not only was like, why are you stealing our stuff? But they also went against Eastbound and Films guidelines because it was only for private access only. You also could not stream his stuff. So it was like a double-edged sword there where it not only violated our rights, but it violated Eastbound and Films rights with Tep C. So anyway, we took care of that like on the DL, so nobody really noticed it while we were streaming. But that's when it kind of started. And then after that, I was like, you know what? I want to kind of improve things this year to try to fight more back against that happening. And then ever since this like fall, like there's been one incident after another where we've got our designs like stolen and that kind of stuff, which is like even worse. It's one thing to copy your original work, which is already not good, and it's technically not legal to do that. But it's a whole other thing to go against a multi-million-dollar company who licensed this stuff to us. That's even more, that gets you even more in trouble if you try to steal our designs because we went through those channels to license them. Like for example, even if I, let's say hypothetically, shared our designs with somebody else, I'm technically doing something illegal because it's not only considered illegal distribution to me if I were to distribute our designs that you see everywhere across our YouTube channel and etc. It also is the same illegal act for somebody else to do the same thing and take it away from us. So I just want to make that clear. Like I'm not trying to, be a jerk or anything. Like this is a big deal. Like not only I could get in trouble if I did something like that, but it's the same thing for somebody who does that to us. Like it's a big deal. So that's why I was like, you know what? I'm going to write a whole terms of service thing and make it as clear as I could possibly do. And that's why I updated it last week because I was like, you know what? I really need to make it as clear as possible. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. How long am I streaming? A couple more hours for sure, Nick. Maybe even a few more. It's all good. Everyone's busy. It takes a lot of time. Yeah. I'm so excited too, Mikey. Hashtag hype. Yes.
Someone said they're streaming our stream in chat.
Huh?
Someone said that they're streaming your stream in chat.
That you cannot do that. Okay. Well, Charlie, I'm gonna have to take you. Yeah, that's not okay, Charlie. Yeah, if you don't take that down right now, Charlie, I'm gonna have to copyright you. Like, right now. Meaning you won't be able to live stream on your channel anymore. So if you don't take it down right now, you will lose the ability to live stream, unfortunately. So... let me catch up on chat, and yeah, and if that dude does not take it down, then I will in fact have to, unfortunately, copyright his channel. All right, so where are we here? See you later, Santa Tracker.
What a way to start the stream.
I know, right?
Start the Christmas season.
Yep. Yes, I'm hoping NORAD has more changes too. I'm so excited. It's gonna be fun. Yes, me too, Daisy. Elf, honestly, like I can't really explain it to you in terms of like exactly how our ETAs work. Like I said, it's also it's our work, so they cannot be replicated, unfortunately. But not only that, like it takes a lot of months of work and coding with different things, so it's not really easily explainable, Elf. But not only that, because it's very hard to do, but also, like I said, it can't be replicated because it is considered our original work. The ETA, I mean, yeah, Acer. So the ETAs on the website go live the second our stream goes down, and in terms of our stream goes down, what? Stream goes up. And the second our the second our live stream goes up for December 24th or late December 23rd, depending on what your time zone is. That's when the ETAs go up on the website. In terms of Nightbot, yeah, I just haven't had time to get to it yet. So in the coming weeks, they'll be here. No matter if it's later in the month or December, they'll be here at some point. What's up, 07G? How are ya? Insane how 2025 is almost over. I know. Acer, I think so. I know anytime we've done a Santa Cam marathon stream, I know Andrew's reached out and got permission to be able to stream Yansu's, like, you know, or I guess not Yansu's cams, but because it is from their channel. Oh, wait, you're saying Team Yansu's cams. You're not saying the NORAD ones. Never mind, because we only do NORAD ones. So let me rephrase that. In terms of Team Yansu's cams, yeah, I think so. You're going to have to reach out to them separately, though. But I think even Andrew's reached out to Team Yansu in general to even see if we can, stream the NORAD Santa Cam marathon, because it is NORAD's cams and everything. So we've gone through the proper channels to even do that in the past. Although, to be fair, again, that's NORAD's cams, not Yansu's. So it's not like the same copyright permission type of thing like Yansu's cams are. I know for a fact Yansu's cams are copyrighted and should not be shared without proper authorization. I know that for sure. Yes, Nathan. More people tried to steal since the last live. Yes. Santa in April. I know, right? What's up, Lubin fan? Thank you for tuning in. Team quote. Yeah, I know. I said several team quotes, I think, over the last couple of minutes.
Said 2 team quotes in the space of like half an hour.
Yeah. All good, Everton. Thank you for tuning in. Means a lot. Second team quote in this space of 26 minutes. That's insane. Yeah, Jonah, it just depends on what you're doing. Like I said, with licensing, it purely cannot be replicated because you don't have the license to be able to do. Wait, Harley.
The stream it's lagging, yeah.
No. It says no data. Now it says
Your
excellent
mic
connection.
cut out on Discord.
No. Oh, shoot. Of course it did. Are we fine, guys, on stream, or are we not lagging again? It said no data for a second. I swear if I have Wi-Fi issues, I'm going to be gonna be so mad. But anyway, Jonah, I mean, in terms of, like, our original work, it is copyrighted. It can't be replicated. Okay. Are you going to put a way for bots not to come in the chat? Yes. Correct, Daisy. We'll have approved users on the mainstream. And if it gets too bad on test streams, we'll also put it on there. I just like it to be public so I can grab more, like, take more newer viewers and add them to approved users ahead of time. But, yeah, don't worry, Daisy. That'll be all fine. Buffer for like 10 seconds. My spelling isn't right. That's all good. Can't find your name on the XP thing. Yeah, I know. Nathan said that like last stream. For some reason, he isn't getting the XP ranking, which is so odd because he comments so much.
I'm good, Andrew. I'm presuming Gabe is as well.
Yeah, Andrew. Pretty good. XP saying has been glitching for me. So weird. What's up, Kobe? How are you? All right. Yeah, I don't know why it buffered, man. I was so good last stream, and I was like, man, Starlink is so good, and then that decided to buffer just now. So that's a little concerning. It'll be interesting to kind of test things out because usually I have my router plugged directly into my computer. I mean, my router is right next to me, like it's literally right in front of me, but it also was right next to me back in Oregon too. And for some, it still didn't go as fast if it was wirelessly connected, and it had more hiccups. So I had to plug it directly into my computer. Which honestly made it like faster. We didn't have many hiccups at all other than just OBS last year, but that had nothing to do with the Wi-Fi. But then when I tried plugging it into my computer like in this setup in this house with the new internet, it for some reason it acted like it was a little bit slower than it was with just wireless connection, which is weird because it should be the opposite. So I plugged it out of my computer, and now it's just on wireless connection. Like I said, it's right in front of me, so it shouldn't be that bad, but if it were to get worse at any point, then I'll try plugging it directly into my computer again. But I was like, might as well just test it wirelessly, and then if it gets worse, then plug it in. So we'll see. What's up, Maddox? How are you? All good. Glad you are here. Yes, AMLtrackers.com is live. No, Daisy, it was definitely our stuff. It was definitely my end for sure. I saw it go no data even before I dropped out of Discord. Oh, Harley, I mean, right now, our applications aren't, technically they closed last week. So I think, yeah. There is a command, there is another command for applications, but I just figured not to promote it because, since they closed last week. But in terms of when we'll open them again, I'm not exactly sure. Andrew may decide to do it on the Christmas stream or maybe after Christmas and around New Year's. I don't really know yet, so you have to stay tuned. Of course I did, Maddox. I'm glad you are back and watching us. Hope you've been well. Can't wait for the tracking stream. Let's go, Cubby. Yeah. Yeah, Acer. Hope all is well for you this year. Love your website. Well, thank you, Kobe. Means a lot.
You should make a tier list for every Santa tracker based on accuracy.
Ooh, yes. NORAD's obviously going to be at the top. I've done that in my head, but yeah, I should, like, that would be kind of cool.
And what's that other one called?
Flight radar?
The horrendous one that started. You don't like it that much. It's not Google. It's I forgot what it's called. But that would be like right at the bottom.
Oh, you mean the one that had that issue with NORAD where they like stole?
Oh, no, flight radar.
Flight radar. Yeah, that one in terms of accuracy is terrible. That's so weird, Nathan. I'm sorry. I don't know why that's not working for you. Yes, Acer, that is... Well, it depends which one you're talking about, but there is another instance that NORAD had to actually step in. I was involved with that, and that was a big thing, but we're not going to really talk about it. But anyway.
To be honest, I don't even think the XP thing is really, a big deal. It doesn't really do anything.
Yeah,
it just
true.
Measures how much you've chatted compared to others.
Yeah.
Flight radar is likely to drunk the day before Christmas. Yeah, true.
Yeah. Thank you, Jonah. It means a lot. But yeah, like in terms of like I said with the licensing stuff, like that is purely illegal. It just depends exactly what content, you do, depending on like what channels you go through to license content and stuff. But yeah, no, I'm pretty confident on our copyright stance and laws on everything, because I did a lot of studying with that last weekend.
The stream's going good, Andrew. There's just been, Gabe's Starlink is, a bit of a pain, but other than that, and a few of the people, streaming our streams, and, obviously could lead to a copyright claim, but other than that, it's been...
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I did check on that, and they actually did not. So I don't know why they said that. Maybe they were just trying to be funny. Oh, yeah. I looked, and they did not. But I also did tell him if he were to, then I will file copyright. But since I looked at his stream and it wasn't, I'm not going to file something, because that would just be mean. Holiday Tracker. Oh, you mean Holiday Tracker Hub? Yeah. I mean, they're good people, but their tracker sucks. Holiday Tracker Hub. It's like 4 hours behind NORAD, and it was like an hour or two behind TEP-C this Easter. So it was a big they were not accurate at all.
What was that Easter tracker that you used where it didn't even lift off, but for me it was in like a random place?
That was, geez, what was that? Parrot. It was called like Parrot Tracker.
Oh yeah, it was. Like it was in like random places for like
I know.
so many people. Like
I
for me, it
know.
was in like southern Japan, and then for Michael, it was in like a random place in like I don't know Africa or something. And then yours didn't even lift off until like 16 hours after.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was insane. Best part of Santa tracking, honestly, just talking with you guys, staying up as long as we can with our members. I mean, it's fun.
Absolutely, Nathan.
Yeah, and as Harley said, Andrew, like the only problem was somebody threatened to stream our stream, but you know, I said no, I will copyright you right now, and they ended up not doing it, so we're good with that. And the only other thing is Starlink buffered for 10 seconds, so I'll be keeping an eye on that as well. So, but other than that, it's been good. Oh, really, Nathan? I had no clue. Oh, your birthday's on Thursday? Well, happy early birthday, Nathan. I'll say that now because, well, I guess you're in our Discord too, so I'll probably wish you happy birthday next week too. But happy early birthday for sure. I had no idea what that ruled though. That's insane. Kind of a weird rule, but because you can comment. I mean, as long as you're, well, technically you have to be 13 or older to have a YouTube account, but most people just put in a fake birthday. But it's weird that like 18 and up, you have to, in order to do the XP. That's kind of odd, but actually I don't think that's true though, because I'm pretty sure Mikey is able to do it. I feel like a lot of our viewers aren't. I mean, they're either, a lot of them are either just, you know, I mean, I think a lot of people are under that mark and they can still do it. So I don't know, Nathan. I guess the rules don't apply to you. I don't know why. 45 days left. Let's go. Awesome, Elf. Hope your channel does good this year. 45 days is so crazy, absolutely fun, but I know. Yeah, my internet was done for a minute. That's awesome, Kobe. I saw Back to the Future the musical for my birthday last year, so that was fun. Correct, Nathan. Definitely NORAD is the only good one. What's all? Fellow, what's up, man? How are you? Okay. Yeah, since in the Discord of what it says in settings. Oh, okay. Hey, you're right. Nathan, I'm just gonna go ahead and assume the people that are under 18, they probably just put in whatever birthday, and that's why it works for them. That's my best guess.
Again. Never mind.
Huh?
It lagged for like 1 second.
Oh,
and then
really?
It went back on again. Yeah.
It's still fine on my end. But yeah, there's a 2-second buffer. Of course there was. Man. What's up, Bray? How are you? What's up, Leisha? How are you? I prefer the musical to the movie, and Back to the Future both are good. Interesting. I liked both, but the movie's always going to be better in my opinion. Favorite song from Back to the Future? Australia. I don't know if it's the same. If you're talking about the musical, I don't know if it's the same in the U.S. as it is in Australia, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, if you aren't aware, AMLtrackers.com, our new website. So on Christmas Eve, as you can see right below me, right when our stream starts at 6 a.m. GMT on December 24th, or 1 a.m. Eastern Time, or 10 p.m. Pacific Time, right when our stream starts, you can come over to AMLtrackers.com/ETA. You can go there right now, but none of the ETAs are live. It will just show you this message, which is below me. But right when our stream starts is when you can officially go there and see all the ETAs for Santa's deliveries across the world. And again, we'll implement Nightbot back into our stream chat for the stream this year. But not only you'll be able to get the countdown for the ETAs on Nightbot in our stream chat, but you'll also be able to come to the website when our stream starts and be able to see the actual time in every local time zone across the world for different deliveries. So hope you guys are excited for that, and that helps you guys this year. Because I love NORAD, it's very accurate. But the only thing about NORAD is they don't have like a ETA feature like Google does. Google is very inaccurate, so it's not like you can rely on that. Plus, it's only for your location. With this, you can see all the locations that are implemented into our system, which is really cool. Like I said, since it relies on more of a blend of NORAD data, it tends to be a lot more accurate to what's actually happening. So hope you guys are excited for that. I can't wait for the NORAD Trek Center show again this year. This year's gone by quick. Still feel like yesterday we were Trek Center last year. I know, insanely so. And again, I encourage you, if you haven't already, to read our terms of service. AMLtrackers.com/about. And then scroll to the bottom. Terms of service is right here. It also gets promoted every like 5-10 so minutes on Nightbot. It's in our description of every stream we do now. It's in our like actual about, or description, I guess they call it, on YouTube itself. It's on all of our social medias as the pinned post as well. It's very important because you're not allowed to stream this website. You're not allowed to stream our content, whether it be our website or our YouTube content, streams, anything like that. You aren't allowed to even just record it as a video. And as this says, if any such occurs, we will file a copyright report because it's considered original work, which is protected automatically by copyright laws. And like I said, and then that also for any designs you see, whether it's a stream overlay on our stream or thumbnails, anything you see across our merchandise, YouTube channel, social media, anything like that is licensed all individually. So it is considered a legal distribution if somebody just takes our design because you didn't go through the proper channels to license the content in the first place. So then in that case, a licensing company would step in and then take down whatever is stolen from our designs. And again, same goes, I mean, for us, for our actual content, we go through our own copyright report because it is considered original work. And then for our designs, it's an infringement report through the, copyright or the licensing company because it's technically their copyright for those designs. So again, if you're new to our website in our terms of service this year, I encourage you to make sure you read all that and really understand everything. Yeah. What can we expect from my HQ stream? Definitely better than usual. I mean, I don't know how to say that. I mean, I feel like each year is better than usual, but since I live in a different place now, I think I'm going to make this look really cool. I have a really cool studio now, and I don't know. I just think I can make it look even better than usual. So stay tuned for that, guys.
HQ my stream myself and not necessarily post it on YouTube or send it to you on Snapchat.
Yeah. I was almost thinking, so I know YouTube has this like collaborative like thing, I think, on like live streams, at least on your phone now, where you can like maybe live stream with a couple people at the same time on your phone. I don't know if if it would actually work, but it would be fun to kind of do that for our HQ this year, so more people on our team could actually show off their HQ. But I don't know the ins and outs of how that works on YouTube. I mean, I guess I'll just start off by doing my HQ on the 23rd, and if I can connect somebody else on our team, whether it be you or Andrew or multiple people, then I'll at least try to do that. I just don't exactly know if it will work for sure. Yeah, I get that, Acer. All good, Mikey. All good. We're all pretty busy, so I get it. It's all good.
I wouldn't even consider myself the HQ stream for myself, even a HQ stream, because my HQ is my room that I sleep in.
True,
so
yeah.
I wouldn't even consider it a HQ stream.
Yeah, for sure, Mikey. Thank you guys so much for the support on this website too, man. I was watching the analytics and site hits on our website when, like right when it launched, and well after the fact, but I was looking at the data for when it launched, and it was like insane. Like you could just see a huge increase on site hits when that happened. So thank you guys so much. Honestly, we had more viewers on the website than we did on our actual stream, which I was not expecting that. Thank you, Kobe. Means a lot.
Where's Andrew?
Huh?
Where's Andrew? I thought he'd said he'd come in VC.
I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know if I even saw him say that. Maybe he just said, "How's it going?" and then left.
Oh.
I don't even know if he was actually going to be on VC or was planning to today. I'm not sure. I know Odin said he would, but I don't know.
Yeah, I saw him.
What was the hardest part of making the website? Honestly, the ETAs. You have no idea how much time and effort it did to do that. Yeah, it was crazy. And even a fun fact, I was trying to announce the website on the summer stream. And I actually, like, my first original thought was like, oh, I'm going to announce it on the summer stream and have like the countdown that you see before the website launches, you know, like that counted down to 0 on Halloween night and then opened. I was trying to at least show the countdown to, you know, November 1st, way back on the summer stream and get that up. But long story short, it took so long that I didn't even get a chance to do that, so I did not even talk about it on the summer stream. And I was like, well, it's going to be cooler anyway if I wait to announce it I wait to announce the trailer until August 1st and wait to announce the website until September 1st. I thought that was better than doing it like way earlier in the summer, so it worked out. But just fun fact that, like, literally I was kind of thinking about doing that way back on the summer stream because I already put weeks into the website even before the summer stream. I think I started working on the website, man. I mean, definitely in June, but I may have started working on it in May. So, Yeah, it was quite the project for sure.
I don't really think Andrews fell asleep, mainly because it's like 8:58 p.m. over here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Nathan, I don't exactly know if he was planning to actually be in VC today, but it's all good if not. But obviously for our mainstream, we'll, have even more people on VC than usual, which is awesome. It's going to be awesome, too, because, like, now when So, Harley, well, I remember you told me this, like, maybe weeks or even months ago, but what's exactly your plan on, like, in terms of timing? Wait, did you just go out of VC, or was that me? He did go... Oh.
Sorry, my horrendous internet kicked me.
Oh, okay. Okay, I thought it was my internet for a second. I was like, no!
No, what did you say, sorry?
I was just saying, I know you told me, like, weeks or months ago, but, I kind of forgot. What's your, like, schedule, do you think, for, like, being on VC for the mainstream and everything?
Wow, so obviously, I did read on the thing on Discord, that 1 hour on VC is like, or in moderating chat is mandatory, so I'm probably going to be doing that. Probably going to be on VC and in chat for, as much as I possibly can, I guess. Gonna head off when he finishes Africa, heading into Europe and the UK, Portugal and all that. Coming back on probably around 3 a.m. GMT, and then continuing to watch a stream and be on VC from there.
Cool.
So that's probably what my...
Yeah, you have no idea how much more help that will, like, help us out this year. Like, man, especially at Easter, it was Andrew, me, and Michael pretty much most of the time, at least on VC. We had people modding, but in terms of VC itself, I think that was pretty much it. So you have no idea how much more help that will be this year.
Yeah, no, it's just I have so much time on my hands.
Yeah.
Like, I have the capability of being able to, be on VC on Christmas Eve, which is fantastic because, I love tracking Santa and EB every single year, and it just feels great to, be part of a community where they do the same, which is just insane, and I'm so glad that you accepted to be on AML.
Of course, yeah. And same to Odin, too. I mean, you and Odin were, like, I think you both applied, like, a little while ago. And you guys might have even applied multiple times. And then that was back when I wasn't in charge and we were of applications. And then we weren't really taking much of any people. But I was like, you know what? I need at least 2 more members this year. And out of all the applications, you two by far were like, okay, yeah, I got to get Harley and Odin. And Odin would be cool, too, because since he lives in Oregon and now I don't, it would be really awesome. So when I go off, I mean, in theory, assuming he's available and everything, he can, like, be on VC while I go off now. And then by the time he needs to go off, when Santa delivers to Oregon, I can come back on because I don't live there anymore. So it's just, or like you too, like if you're around at that point too, it can be the same thing to where, you can fill in for VC and hosting and all that, which is great because, again, we just did not have that. Especially at Easter. We had it a little bit more at Christmas, but still, I think this is still going to be more help than we even had last Christmas, so it's pretty awesome.
Be back in like 2 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I know, Daisy. It was quite the process. Website looks great. Had watched this last stream late. Good to be back. Yo, how are you, man? Thank you, means a lot. Glad to see you back. This is the best time of year. Yes, absolutely, Mikey. I agree. Yeah, man, I was just about to ask you how to pronounce your name because I would feel so bad if I completely butchered it. So you want me to call you G? All good, yeah. I was literally just about to ask you how to pronounce it because I did not want to like make you feel bad and like pronounce it incorrectly. Because if you don't know, I mean, you probably do because I know you've been watching for a while, but I'm not great at pronouncing a lot of things, and I know Harley knows that too.
I have returned.
Yo. But glad to see you back, G.
I'm gonna mute my microphone because I'm eating something that's very crunchy.
Yeah. Favorite Christmas song, album, and movie, man. I don't know about albums specifically, but in terms of like artists, I don't know if you guys know who TSO is, Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I'm seeing them in a few weeks. They got epic Christmas, like music. Like if you haven't, I mean, a lot of you probably have heard it and you don't even know because I use their Carol of the Bells in all of my NORAD time lapses. So if you go to like NORAD time lapse comparison or the NORAD time lapses themselves, I use TSO's Carol of the Bells. I love their music, and I'm seeing them in concert in a few weeks when they come to Idaho, which is cool. I saw them in concert back in Portland in 2019, so it'll be nice to see them again. That's awesome, Nathan.
I actually thought it was NF or whatever his name is that you liked.
Oh yeah, NF, but he doesn't do Christmas music.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were since Kobe said favorite Christmas song.
Christmas song. Yeah, I thought you meant genuine artist.
Yeah, I like NF, and he's releasing a new album in like a week, which I'm excited for. Put in my family Christmas tree. Let's go, Everton. Good stuff. Looking forward to this season. Thank you so much, G. How long are you streaming for? Probably a couple of hours. Yeah, I want to say garage. No, that's not right. Even with how simple you put it, like into chat, I still struggle. Garuv. I'm so sorry.
Oh no. How do you?
Originally, I wanted to say gra. Yeah, no. I felt like I originally had it kind of, but now everything's throwing me off. So. Yeah, Gurav, like Gurav.
Apparently it means pride in Hindi.
Oh, okay. I'll be right back in a few minutes. Awesome, Nathan. See you in a bit. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to head to the restroom. I'll be right back, guys.
All right. It's not actually Gabe's birthday yet, Mikey. His birthday's in December.
I am back, everybody.
It's fine, Mikey, don't worry.
Oh yeah. Hey, I'll be 21 in less than a month, so on December 4th, I won't be streaming because I'll be out of town, but if you guys can reach out on December 4th if you want and wish me a happy birthday.
I have plenty of mugs for Snapchat, so don't worry.
What's up, Nathan? Welcome back. Yeah, Mikey did do it in the summer stream, and at first I thought he thought my actual birthday was like in the summer, but he was just joking. What's everybody most excited about for Christmas this year? I would say, yeah, that's your first question. Your second question is, what do you want for Christmas this year? Let me close my window.
What we're most excited for Christmas, huh? Oh, I guess it's plainly obvious, isn't it?
Yeah. Family time, and I want a hockey net. Awesome, Mikey. Christmas songs, a Santa tracking family time, and new movies and DVDs and books. Awesome, Kobe. I was going to do like a split screen here of, our website and NORAD. Obviously, I know NORAD just shows this. Come back December 1st. But When I was trying to do that split screen, I realized my webcam and stuff on the right kind of blocked it if I do two side by side, so I didn't. Obviously, there's not anything going over or going at all on the NORAD website, but usually on our test streams we just show this screen, and then we interact with it once it goes live on the first. But it is nice, a month ahead of time you can interact with our website, which definitely makes for more content than in years past, which is awesome. I was just excited in general. Same, Daisy. Someone told me happy birthday today. I said thank you, but mine was November 1st. Yeah. Love the prediction program on the site. Thank you. Gee, that means a lot. We introduced it with the Nightbot commands last year. And then we expanded it more so for Easter just in terms of the Nightbot commands. But then we're like, it's our 10th year. We need to do something special. So now, not only you'll be able, right now the Nightbot commands aren't available because, man, they take time for me to program and everything. So, at some point, either for Test Stream 2 or Test Stream 3, they'll be available. But in terms of the website, they go live right on the website, on the map, that you can actually, it's interactive, you can look through all that stuff when our stream goes live on December 24th or 23rd, depending on what time zone you're in. Like I said, the Nightbot will continue to be able to provide a countdown, an estimated countdown for arrival, but the website will actually be able to show you the time zone of delivery, or the time that it's in the time zone of delivery. So if you're looking at England, then it will tell you the time that it estimates Santa will get there in GMT. And if he's, where I'm at in Idaho now, it will tell you where, what the estimate is for Idaho in my time zone being Mountain Time. So there's something that we really wanted to improve and bring this year. We wanted to develop a really cool website. And yeah, that's kind of where we went with that. So I hope you guys are excited for kind of the first year of having this on the website. It was quite the process to do. Like I said, I know for a fact I started working on the website in June, but I may have started working on it in late May. I'm not exactly sure. So yeah, it was a process for sure. But I'm glad it's just here and it's ready to go and everything. So I hope you guys are very excited. Watching movies and tracking, still looking around for things I don't have, so I can ask for that for Christmas. Same, I know. I don't know what to ask for. I just have no clue. I don't really need anything. These days, I don't really ask Santa for anything. I don't even ask my family for really anything either, honestly. I usually buy my own stuff, and at this point, I don't think, I'm at a point, at my age where I'm I don't really ask for much anymore. But it's insane seeing how people can still buy you awesome stuff. Like for Santa, for example, even though I don't usually ask him for anything specifically, he comes in clutch every year and still brings me something that I'm like, man, this is so cool. Even though I didn't ask for it. Same with my family too. And I've gotten really into being able to give gifts myself too. I've really had fun with that over the past several years, to buying gifts for other people. So I'm excited for that too. But in terms of what I want to ask for, like I said, I have no clue. Watching movies, tracking. Oh wait, I already read that. I'm definitely excited for tracking Santa. It's my 20th year tracking Santa. That's insane, Leisha. It's my 15th year tracking Santa. So, yeah, that's insane though. I guess I kind of answered Mikey's question. I don't know what I want for Christmas. Fave Beatles song? I don't really have one, honestly.
Wow. Wow.
I don't think I've ever really listened to the Beatles, honestly.
Fair enough.
Amazing job with the website. Thank you, Nathan. Will the AML site have the NORAD map embed? Probably not. I just wanted to just have our stream embed. So I felt like that was the most important. You can obviously go to NORAD's website if you want to see the tracker. So right now, no. Just our stream embed. So you can even click this and then click this and watch our stream in the website too. I just figured that was the most important, because if we have unique viewers on the website that actually don't know who we are, then I wanted to direct them to our stream to, kind of find out who we are. Because obviously you can always go to NORAD yourself and do that. So right now, no. Good stuff. I'm 25 and always always hope communities like AML expand what we love about NORAD's tracker. Well, thank you, G. That means a lot. Would be nice to see some of the UI changes this year for NORAD, but probably not. I know. I agree. I mean, like, the good thing about NORAD is, like, I like how it is. So it's like, if it stays the same, it's whatever. I still like the way it looks, but I do agree with you in a way, because it would be nice to see those UI changes as well. Oh, actually, before I forget, I said I was going to do this last stream and I didn't, so I'm going to do it this stream. I'm going to bring up something I put together for the summer stream several months ago on my predictions this year for NORAD. So give me a few minutes and I'll talk with you guys about that. But no, G, I do agree with you. It would be nice to see more changes. And since it's their 7th year, it's possible. I think honestly, I feel like it's more possible, though, that we are going to see more changes within either the tracker or their content itself compared to UI. I think it's going to be pretty clear. I mean, I think it's possible we get some UI changes for sure, but nothing like significant in terms of UI. I think it's even more possible we get significant changes in other way opposed to the UI itself. So we'll see, I guess. Yes, I will write a letter to Santa, Kobe. That's another thing, too, right here. So, secret AML files. If you don't know, man, let's see. So, it's 2025. So, I've been writing letters to Santa since 2013. So, when it says over a decade here, their stream host has left out a stalking letter, that is true. I've been writing stalking letters since 2013. So, again, on stream, I brought this over to like a tradition that we do on stream now. So where after Santa's entered mainland United States, I ask you guys questions on stream for me to ask and put in my letter, and then I leave that out. And then the next morning, after he's delivered, I reveal what he said on stream. And then, but the difference this year is now those answers are going to be added to here. If you don't know, these are like 13 questions, I think, where you can see what he has answered in the past with some of these letters. Again, some of these even go back to before AML even existed, before I even joined AML. Like I said, 2016 AML was created by Andrew. I joined in 2018, and I think either 18 or 19 is when I started to bring over... Well, to be fair, I don't know when I started. It might have been more like 2020, honestly, when I started to ask you guys questions on stream. So the point is, you can go back before I even did that. Just when I was asking the questions. So it's a combination of that, and then also what I've asked you guys over the years too, that are all available on the site. And like I said, as you guys ask more questions, not only they will be revealed on stream, but they will be added to this webpage. So some point on Christmas, probably after the stream's ended, more of these questions that you guys have asked and the answers that we got from the letter will be added here. So yes, Kobe, absolutely, I'll be still writing letters. I still get some stuff. I mean, I still get decent amount of stuff from Santa every year. Like I said, I just don't go out of my way to ask for anything because I don't know what to ask for. And like I said, I'm cool with everything I have, honestly. I just love the experience, honestly. But like I said, like last year, the present I got was a new gimbal for filming, which I thought was cool. Like the fact that he did that will help out a lot. So it's just kind of like that every year. Like I don't ask for anything, but I still get awesome stuff. And same with the letters too. I will always do that. It's just such a fun thing to do. Yeah, Acer, technically my main job right now is YouTube. Like personally on my YouTube channel, my weather job, like my actual weather job that I did in Oregon, I mean, I moved. I mean, I quit like a year or two before I even moved. I guess 2 years before I moved. But, I'm in Idaho now. So it was like 2 days, no, I guess it was like a couple weeks before the Easter stream of 2023 is when I quit that job. I still do weather occasionally, like on my own platform when I have time to. The big thing was my winter outlook that I put out on October 1st. So I still do it occasionally when I have time. More regional stuff, and I'll do like winter storm coverage and that kind of stuff. But in terms of daily forecasting, I just don't really have the time to do that anymore. My main thing right now definitely is filming my movie on my personal channel. But I consider that to be my main job. Eighth Year Trekking Santa. Awesome, Mikey. Yeah, I like the way it...
Weather...
What?
Sorry. Your weather accuracy is probably more accurate than the Met Office, which is the UK's weather thingy. And I feel like if you were to, predict it or, find information for it and then add it onto the Met Office now with your information, it would just be so much more accurate than what...
I bet. I bet. But yeah, I agree with Nathan. I like the way it looks. But yeah, it'd be nice to see something new for the 70th. Gabe, do you think the stream will be better than 9th annual Easter stream? Because that was the best tracking year. Yes, it will be, Mikey. But no, I agree with you. At Easter this year, it was like the best. I've never experienced a better stream than that. Even despite, I know a lot of our team members couldn't make it, and it was just like me and Andrew and Michael. But even despite having short staff, at Easter, it still ended up being, I think, one of, if not the best stream we've ever done. And a lot of that is because of you guys, honestly. But yeah, 10th annual will definitely be even better. It will be. I'd recommend having the map on the AML website. Those who prefer their own personal preferences. What do you mean exactly? Oh, are you talking about NORAD? I assume that's what you mean. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could. It just, since I kind of had a limited space to what I wanted to put on the homepage without it being too cluttered, and that's kind of what I came up with. So I decided more on the AML embed rather than the NORAD embed, but yes, me too, Leisha. I think we will. I'll bring up that graphic that I showed on the summer stream because there's some definitely some interesting stuff that could happen to NORAD this year. What's up, Google Santa Tracker Recreated? How are you? I generally get technology closest for Christmas. Yeah, I would say same. Sounds good, Mikey. See you in a bit. Okay, let me bring up... Let's see, do I have it on my computer? Let me look. Oh yeah, I do. Cool. Okay, so this was what I showed on the summer stream. I basically just went back and let's see, can I do... Yeah, that's basically... I just basically went back and looked at the past several years, ever since NORAD partnered up with Microsoft back in 2012. I looked all the way from there, all the way till present, I guess till last year. And I looked at how often do they change stuff, and this is what I came up with. So some changes in route time. There were some gaps in the years, so technically... I mean, in terms of having data available to me, there were 3 years or something where I didn't have the full data to be yes, there were changes because I didn't have the full data. So technically, if you consider that, and it's 70% of the time, but I'm going to go ahead and assume it's 100% of the time that you see at least incremental changes in the route time every year, which makes sense because Santa adjusts his route every year, even if it's just slightly. So that's why it's a range between 70 to 100%, because in terms of data available to me, I can only come up with 70, but that's just because there's gaps in the data that I don't have access to. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that it's 100% because I'm pretty sure that's absolutely the case. So every year we get a little bit of a change in the route time. That's a slam dunk. So for new cams and GIF estimate changes, that typically happens every 1 to 3 years. So that's what I found. And then some towns change in route about every 2 to 4 years. And again, UI, maybe not a big UI change, but at least a subtle one, or a prep screen change, or even a massive route shift all around, being maybe an hour difference in the route, that tends to happen every 3 to 6 years. So that's where we're at. So then my predictions, last change in gifts delivered was last year. So I said possible again in 2025. I won't be surprised if it's similar to last year or if it is more than last year. It could go either way since it happens every 1 to 3 years. Last change in route time, I think it's a slam dunk, at least by minutes. It happened last year. It happens every year. So it's likely again in 2025 for sure, I would say. Last town change in route was 2022. We are due for it again either this year or next year in 2026. I won't be surprised if it happens this year or happens next year. Same thing for the last massive route shift. That was 2020 by an hour. We are due for a massive route shift yet again either this year or next year, being 2026. Same thing for UI or prep screen change. We are due for it again this year or next year, as the last time it happened was 2020. And last new cam was 2023. So again, we are due for it either this year or next year. I would say it's likely that at least some of these things that say we are due again in 2025 or 2026, I would assume at least 1 or 2 of them may happen this year. But I highly doubt all of them will happen this year. There's going to be maybe a couple that happen this year and a couple that happen next year. But what I'm pretty confident about is between 2025 and 2026, we're going to see a lot of changes. It's whether or not the absurd amount of changes will land on this year or next year. I think it's more likely that some of them, like I said, land on this year and some of them land on next year. That's what I predict. So no matter what, in the next year, I think you guys are going to be pretty excited with some of the changes we see in Santa's route, plus just with NORAD in general. So yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah, I would say so, Nathan. Yeah, for sure, Nathan. Because I looked back and some stuff maybe happens on their anniversary years. I'm talking like 60th, 65th, 70th, etc., right? And it's their 70th year this year. But I've noticed maybe some of the most significant changes don't always happen on their anniversary year. Sometimes it's before or like a year before, or sometimes it's the year after. And since it can go up to 6 years without having a massive change all around, this is year 5. So if it's not this year, then it's definitely next year. I'm pretty confident about. So it'll be interesting to see. Oops, oh my gosh. I was probably loud. I'm so sorry, guys. I bumped my boom arm with my water bottle.
What happened?
I bumped my boom arm that my microphone's on, with my water bottle.
Good, didn't spill. Would have been.
Yeah. Yeah, Nathan. I don't exactly miss the version of NORAD that was before 2020. Some of it dragged for the preparing before Santa's Flight. Yeah, I know, Daisy. I was really excited when it changed in 2020 because I'm like, oh, it's a different prep screen. But then I'm like, well, it was way more updates before 2020. So, see, that's something I could see too. If we don't see a massive route shift this year, and let's say it's next year, let's say that holds out for 2026, I could see a prep screen change this year instead. Maybe. We'll see. Like I said, it's really hard to predict what will happen this year, but I feel like something will. And the things that don't, I feel like will happen next year. So, we'll see.
Oh, the squeakiest chair in the world, Mike.
What I mean is those would prefer tracking with you guys, like if anyone PC can't handle the 3D tracker, or those who like 3D tracker and still have lag-free tracking experience. Really, Acer? I didn't think the embed would change that. I figured if your PC couldn't handle it, it could do that in either thing. So if you're in the embed, I just figured it would still be the same result. Like if your computer can't handle it, can't handle it. I didn't think it would change based on how it is, but I don't know. I guess I don't know that for sure, but I just kind of figured it was just like if your computer can't handle it, can't handle it. Or if your Wi-Fi can't handle it, it can't handle it, but I don't know. What's up, Elf? Welcome. A lot has changed. Fond memories where Google used to work with NORAD and use Google Earth. Yep. Also now every news company live streams NORAD. I know. Used to be you could only see it on NORAD. I know. It's insane. No, I agree with you 100% though. I'm trying to repeat my music here. Hold on. Wait. Repeat what? I don't know how that works. Let's see. But yeah, I know. It's insane how many media companies live stream NORAD. They have definitely infiltrated the tracking community a bit. It's not like they do anything. They just stream, like Fox, CNN, ABC, NBC, whatever. They just stream the tracker. No, a lot of them don't have any music. Some of them even zoom into the map without showing last seen and heading for, which is really funny to me. And it's not like any of them do commentary or anything. So, yeah. That's definitely the big thing that's changed in the last 5 to 10 years, for sure. But it is what it is. Yeah, Acer, mine had to update like last week too. Yes, we're getting closer, Elf. But yeah, I know. When NORAD used to work with Google before 2012, yeah, I mean, their graphics were better when they worked with Google because they had more resources than I think Microsoft does. But, you know, obviously I don't like Google Santa Tracker, but to be fair, when they were partnered up with each other, they didn't use Google tracking. They just used NORAD, and Google was the supplier for animations and maps and stuff. So, in some ways, I guess I missed that too. Yeah, Nathan. Speaking of updates, Starlink updates so much. Every 2 days, it has an update. I'm like, how many times does Starlink need to update? So I always schedule it for like the overnight hours, or when it comes down to the mainstream, I'll actually schedule it for like the mid-morning hours. So in case it does need an update, it can do that when I'm in between part 1 and part 2, and then won't need to do it again for the rest of the stream. That's probably what I'll do, because whenever it updates, the router goes down for like a minute or two. And like I said, it happens like every 2 days, which is insane. But I figured a way that I would just, right now I only have it in the overnight hours because I don't typically need it early in the morning, obviously, because I'm asleep. But when it comes to the mainstream, I'll put it to mid-morning. So like I said, there's only one window of opportunity if it were to update for a couple minutes and be down for a couple minutes. It would be just once in between part 1 and part 2. So since naturally it takes me a couple minutes to be able to start part 2 anyway, it would work great if it decides to update at that point. So that's what I'll plan on. Yeah, Nathan. I'm not surprised. Man, we're only down to 4 watching? That's crazy. I don't know what happened exactly, but all right. Oh yeah, Harley, I did see that on my I have YouTube TV, and it did say that it was not available on YouTube TV anymore.
Cool. How about that? And now we're back up. Have the migraines gotten worse since the last stream, or have they calmed down? Would you say?
Oh, my migraines?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I've still had some since the stream. I had my doctor's appointment on Monday, and I'm gonna be put on like a new migraine preventative medicine, and I'm gonna follow up with a doctor too, and I may or may not have surgery in the future. So another one, not for my jaw, but for something else. That may be causing my migraines too. So it will be interesting to see. Unfortunately, they haven't really settled down. Like in the past year, I've gotten such an increase with them. So I'll just be put on new medication, and like I said, I'll follow up with another doctor that my current one is, I don't know what the word is following up with, I guess, to establish care for looking into another procedure. So that'll be interesting. What's up, Bryson? How are you, man? That update that NORAD did in 2020 was awful. All they did was remove the Earth. I don't know about that. I mean, like I said, the 2020 update was the most recent one in terms of massive stuff, and I think they did a lot. I mean, yeah, if you're just talking UI, I get it. I get what you're saying. But with UI, all they did was, I think, add snowflakes to the tracker and then remove the Earth. But what I mean is, the prep screen really changed, and then you got a massive route shift too. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Acer, but I don't know. I mean, there are more subtle updates than you realize, in terms of what NORAD does every year. I mean, if you're talking about a full-on UI, I get what you're saying. That's definitely valid for sure. But like I said, I like it the way it is now. It would be nice if they change, but if they don't, it's not the end of the world. Oh man, yeah, gee, that sucks. Had to upgrade to ESPN Unlimited with my Disney package. Yeah. Yeah, Nathan, nothing's established yet, but I've had chronic migraines since I was 6 or 7 years old, and it's the way it is. I got jaw surgery, but what, Harley?
Not again, the 6-7 thing.
Oh, I did that again. And not only I did that for that, but I also did it because I kept saying I'm 6-7 hours away from where I used to live. Oh man, I keep doing that. That's funny. But yeah, basically, and then I had the jaw surgery a couple years ago, and it seemed to solve it. They're coming back again though. Jaw surgery was so worth it though, because it fixed a lot of my sleep issues, which I'm happy with. So it was definitely a surgery worth having. But now there's other issues that doctors have found that may be causing my migraines too. So nothing's really established yet, but at the very least, I'm getting on a new preventative medication, and we'll kind of go from there. But yeah, just know in the future, yeah, I may or may not have another procedure in the future. It's not the biggest deal, but it's still enough to where it could, it could be impacting my migraines and stuff, and it may not get better if I don't do much. Yeah, Daisy, that sucks. Yeah, they are for sure. Yeah, I get that, Acer. I'm doing pretty good right now, Bryson. Yeah, that sucks, Nathan. I mean, I was getting them several times a week, like almost every day there for a while. Then when I had the surgery a couple years ago, it reduced to like once a month at most, or maybe once even every couple months. But now I'm getting to where they're like 3, 4, sometimes as much as 5 times a week now, which is not good. What's up, champ? How are you, man? Yeah, I get it, Acer, but that also is the limitations of Microsoft versus having Google as their like developer, you know.
Alexa, shush. Honestly, my Alexa is worse than yours.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It just turns on music literally every single day at this time for no reason.
Yeah, that. Yeah, it's weird how that works. I don't even have my Alexa set up yet. I still have it in a bin, like behind me.
A bin?
I still have several bins. It's out of frame. You guys can't see it, but I have 6 bins. Well, even more in my closet back there. I probably have like 9 bins that are still packed worth of studio stuff that I haven't even touched yet.
Oh, bin. Oh, wait, I thought you meant like stuff you put rubbish or what you call trash in.
No, not garbage bins. Like bins like to store stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, you
What's
too,
up,
Bryson.
champ? How are you?
I'm good right now, champ. Glad you are too. Yeah, today I didn't have a migraine. I don't think I did yesterday, but maybe I know I had a few this past week already, though. Absolutely, Acer. I agree. So yeah, just bear with me, guys, with like, since my migraines are seeming to come back, like if I have a migraine on stream this year, you know, I'm going to have to, you know, take medicine and try to sleep a little bit. So just bear with me here. I haven't had a migraine on stream for a couple years because like I said, they've been a lot better up until this past year. But if I do have one, I'll just have to take medicine and try to sleep for a little bit. But luckily we have more hosts this year. So if I do need to do that, you guys will still obviously have hosts and everything, but
You drink like loads of water as well too.
I do. That's the thing. I drink so much water. You have no idea. But which sets me off good, but the hard part is my sleep, because I mean I sleep well, but the problem is for some reason my migraines seem to be triggered by what time I sleep. So if I sleep like, let's say 8 hours, like I'm good, but the problem is if I sleep 8 hours late in the night versus 8 hours earlier in the night, it makes a big difference and triggers migraines. I don't know what it is. I could sleep the same exact amount and be perfectly fine, but if I go to bed too late, I tend to wake up with a migraine, even though it's the same amount of sleep that I've had. So that's something I still don't understand, but that's a big trigger there. And sometimes I'm just up late, like working on stuff. So, you know, sometimes I go to bed later, but of course that tends to trigger it, which sucks. But that's kind of a big problem with me recently. I don't know why, but it is the way it is, I guess. But at least I'll have more options this year too, since I'm having more medication that I can have too. So hopefully I'll be fine on the stream. I do tend, though, I will say, the past couple years, even though I've had no migraines on the stream itself, I've had them the day after, like kind of a rebound migraine because I've been up so long. So like a lot of times I tend to get one on Christmas Day or Easter Sunday. I just don't get one on the live stream itself. But luckily I'm able to take medicine and it goes away. But that's kind of the trend for the past couple years where luckily it doesn't happen on the day itself or streaming itself, but it tends to happen after, because if I'm up for 40 hours and then I sleep, it's kind of the same weird thing to, for some reason, the amount of sleep I have is like triggered by the time of day. So if I sleep a little bit one night and sleep a lot the next night, sometimes that can be a trigger to the migraine. Or sometimes if I just sleep 8 hours one night and 8 hours the next night, but it's pushed back by a few hours later in the night, then that can trigger a migraine. So I don't know. I don't know why that is, but just know, like, if I do get one on stream, I would probably just go off for a couple hours and wait for my medicine to kick in and then come back on. But like I said, at least the past couple of years, they've been really good on stream. It's after I stream, I go to bed and then wake up on, either Christmas Day or Easter Sunday. I'm like, oh, I have one. So it sucks, but I'm able to get through it. At least I'll have more medication this year that should help me more. I get that, champ. Thanks, Nathan. Thanks, Daisy. Rest is good for them. Yeah, definitely. I wonder what NORAD's store merchandise will be like this year. Also, migraines suck. Do what you got to do to feel better, bro. Thank you, man. Yeah, in terms of their merch site, it's right here. I don't think it's up yet. No, it's still under construction. I imagine in the next couple weeks this will go live. It usually goes live before their website does. So we'll just have to wait and see. I don't like when I'm busy all day and the next day my green kick isn't. I know, it sucks. It's like yeah.
I'm back again.
Welcome back. Like, I remember, let's see, Christmas 2023. I remember that was the year that was, before my grandma had moved. This was back when we all still lived in Oregon, but she lived in Western Oregon and we lived in Eastern Oregon. So for Christmas 2023, she stayed with us for a couple weeks. And I remember I was fine all stream, and then I woke up with a migraine on Christmas Day, and we were like opening gifts. I'm like, man, I can't, I wasn't able to open gifts when we started opening gifts. So then we had to push back opening gifts like a couple hours. Then I had to take medicine, and then I took a hot shower, which tends to help too. And then I was better within like an hour or two, but I remember that. And then I remember last Christmas too, I remember I also had a migraine after I woke up on Christmas Day. Then I had to take medicine, and I think then we did gifts a couple hours later too. And then on Easter this year, now I gotta remember, did I? I think I woke up with one on Easter too, but like I said, it's better than having to deal with it on stream. Obviously, I will go off and everything, but it's still obviously on tracking day. I want to be tracking, So for me, it's still better to have it, the next day than it is actually on tracking itself. The last time I think I had a migraine on stream might have been Christmas 2022, maybe, possibly. So it's been a while since I've actually had them on stream, which is good, but yeah.
Could be some snow for you on the 18th through to the 21st.
Oh yeah, I did see. We'll see if it actually happens or not. I saw that. I hope. Yeah, you said 18th through 21st. Yeah, I did see that. I hope that actually does happen. At first, some of the models started to want to show it when I'm going back to Oregon next week, and I'm like, no, I don't want that to happen because we want to make sure our travels we can like get back and everything just fine. And now that looks fine. So I'm hoping now it's gonna be like that next week or weekend. Because I'm all in for snow. I love snow. I just didn't want it to happen next week. But it looks like that will not happen now, at least for next week. But yeah, it's completely possible like that week after we can get some for sure.
Could get to a low of like minus, well, I'll say in Fahrenheit actually, like 24 Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
At the lowest. Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty cold.
The lowest that we've saw so far this year has been 20 Fahrenheit, and that was a few weeks ago. Okay, let me look at chat again. What's up, Steve? Welcome.
What's up, Joe?
Yo, Joe, what's up, man? How are you? I made it. Awesome. Glad to see you. I don't know, Acer. I mean, I don't know if they really think much about it. I remember when Captain Sable Brown, which if you don't know, she came on our stream in 2021. Like on VC. It was like such a cool experience. She went around different streams on YouTube and maybe even Twitch too and talked, which was awesome. But I remember we were talking on stream with her. If you don't know, she does the SantaCam voiceovers for the new SantaCams now. Back like what Carl used to do with the SantaCams, but now Sable Brown does them. And she's also in charge of NORAD social media, I believe, too. Anyway, she came on and we talked a lot with her about like different NORAD changes and what Santa does with his route and just NORAD changes in general with UI and all that stuff. And she even made the comment, man, you guys really pay attention to like the changes that you see every year. Like she even said, I don't even know the changes like specifically on the top of my head. It just whatever happens. And she even made the point that like we're very hyper specific. Oops, okay, hopefully my mic's okay. I almost like put down the cord. I almost stepped on the cord, so hopefully it didn't plug out my microphone. But anyway, she even said like, man, you guys really pay attention to the changes every year. Like that's something that I don't even really realize. So anyway, I think Acer NORAD kind of has that mindset to where they don't they probably don't really know, or not know, but they don't really maybe realize the extent of like their UI changes in terms of people wanting it. And also they might not even know much, because if Microsoft develops the website itself in terms of the UI and all that, they might not even have much of a say in what NORAD does specifically. It's probably more of a Microsoft type of thing in terms of UI. Like, yeah, NORAD has more of a say in their content for sure, but in terms of their UI, I think that's more controlled by Microsoft. So that's probably the bigger limitation there. But like I said, Acer, I don't know if NORAD thinks about it as much as we do. Welcome back, Mikey. See you later, Daisy. What?
Joe, I actually checked the weather for where you live, and apparently you could be getting snow as well, which is awesome.
That's crazy. See you later, Daisy. Thank you for tuning in. I'm getting my first snow tomorrow. Might be Tuesday, 1 to 3 inches. Not a lot, but something awesome, Nathan. I got my first snow on, what day was it now? October. It was like late October.
Oh,
I only got a dusting though, so it wasn't measurable or anything, but it's possible. Later this month, I'll actually get measurable snow like in inches, which is going to be awesome. Where I live is supposed to snow on Monday. Awesome, Mikey. Yeah, Joe, we don't have commands yet. Like I said, it's going to take at least a few weeks. Again, if I happen to have time, maybe for the test stream on November 22nd. But if I don't have time up until then I might need to wait till the test stream number 3 on December 13th. One of those streams will be the streams where commands will become available. Yes, not long to go now. Is that Andrew in the chat? I'm assuming, as the AML chat message. I'm assuming it is. But yeah, definitely. Absolutely, yeah. Make sure you guys check out our schedule for the sand trekking season. Yep. Live from Michigan. Awesome, Joe. Hope you're having fun. Not next Saturday, Mikey. I'll be out of town the following Saturday. We're talking November 22nd is our next test stream. Hello, I'm a fellow live streaming trucker here. Awesome. Thank you for watching us and tuning in. Hope you're doing well.
no, Joe, in Illinois, wherever you live. Not Michigan.
We still need a plan for Easter 2026. I'm wondering if East Mountain Fence will allow us to use private access. Well, to be fair, he's still trying to implement public TEPC again. Let's see, last time I heard an update from him was, I think, a couple months ago. He said in December he will determine, last time I checked, December he will determine whether or not he can have public TEPC or not. So between now and the new year, he should be able to figure out if TEPC will become public or not. If it does become public, then nobody has to worry about anything because it'll be public again. If he determines in December that it can't be public, then I would assume we would be back with private access again for select streamers. So stay tuned. Oh, Daily CFC. Yes, man. I remember you. Thank you for tuning in. What time does Santa arrive? When? When, Joe? You said, Gabe, what time does Santa arrive? UN. I don't know what you mean exactly by that. Okay, thank you, because if you did, I can't make it because I was going to my local theme park. All good, Mikey. Yeah, I'll be out of town, so definitely the weekend after. Yes, Daily CFC. I can't wait for the 24th. Same, I know that day will go fast. Yes. Yeah, but I forgot how much longer you streaming for. Let's see. We've been streaming for 2 hours. I'll at least go another hour. You guys can just let me know how long you want me to go for. Absolutely, Mikey. Yeah, for sure. Hope you have fun, Joe.
I just realised how goofy my voice sounds on this stream.
Really? I think it sounds fine.
Yeah. Well, normally when you get that feeling where you're like, your voice sounds like, ooh, and you
Yeah,
get like,
I get that.
It's like you sound like your voice cracks.
Yeah. Yeah, Mikey, yeah. There was like, I felt like there was maybe 10 streamers at most on the entirety of YouTube who were streaming Tep C at Easter, which is incredible. That only like that little amount of people were streaming it. And one of those was East himself, obviously because it's his tracker. But yeah, that was quite the experience for sure. We definitely got increased views that year or this year too, because for Easter, because it was private and everything, which was pretty incredible to see. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens next year. How's the stream going? Fairly good, Ethan. There was just like one hiccup or two at most with the internet that buffered for like a few seconds, but we've been okay ever since.
I feel like I'm going to end up saying something stupid on the mainstream and it's going to end up being in the team quote thing.
Yeah. Don't worry, I say something stupid on the mainstream all the time because I'm so sleep deprived. That's kind of why we have team quotes, to be honest. I probably kicked all that off, that people were like, we got to start documenting some of what Gabe says. And then some other members started saying some funny stuff too, so that now it's kind of like a whole thing for everybody. But I felt like I kind of started off just like not saying the right thing on stream.
Don't worry, the pronunciation of places from me will be 100% accurate.
Yes. I'm excited to have you, do better at that than me, too.
Especially the place in Brunei when you said Bandar Seri Begum.
Oh, God, yeah. Yep. Ethan, define fully set up. So it's set up enough to where I can stream, of course, but I haven't done anything in like a month in terms of unpacking my bins or whatever. I guess I will try to show you. Let's see if I can tilt my camera enough. Let's see. Okay. Oop. Maybe you can't because is my TV blocking? You can kind of see it. So over here, I mean, you can only see like 2 bins, but I have 6 bins behind like here, and then I have another like 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 bins in my closet over here. So the point is, I still got work to do. I mean, in terms of being able to, use this function, or I don't know what I'm trying to say, to use this to do what I do. I mean, obviously it's fine because my computer is set up, but everything else that I would normally have set up in my studio, I haven't even shuffled through bins yet. I will, I swear, at some point. I just have not gotten to it. Let's see. Okay. Do you like it in Idaho or Oregon better? Do you like them both? I like them both, but so far I really do like Idaho so far, honestly. There's some things I miss about Oregon for sure, but I think overall, Idaho, I mean, I may like better. Even though I pretty much grew up in Oregon, I still like it, obviously, but I don't know. I think a lot of it is, too, just because of our house and, like, our property and stuff. It's definitely I think probably my most favorite house and maybe even property we've ever had too. So I think that's part of why, Idaho may become my favorite. Not specifically because of the state itself, but at least where I live in Idaho. Honestly, maybe I like it even more, but we'll see. Obviously, I've only been here for a couple months, or a few. I guess I've been here since August, but I definitely like it so far.
I don't even think we'd be even allowed to stream us playing games like Fortnite and Roblox and Minecraft and the pre-show later.
I mean, I think you could. I mean, a lot of people do stream all that, to be honest, but it's also something I don't play games, honestly. I mean, Andrew does the pre-show, so I guess if he wanted to, he could do that, but like, I don't think he maybe even has really much interest to, because it's more specifically for tracking stuff rather than just games or whatever. Like I said, Andrew only does 1 hour pre-show, so like that's it for our pre-show. We don't really do much of like because we have so much other stuff on December 23rd. We have the Santa Cam Marathon, we have his pre-show, then we have my HQ, and then we have the main stream.
Will they want to be on VC on Andrew's pre-show, or will it just be him commentating? I
don't know. I guess that's up to him. I assume he might have VC open, though. But that's up to him. I'm not really sure. I mean, I would assume he would have VC open. I'm usually not around for his pre-show, hence why I'm never on there. Sometimes I watch it in the background while I'm getting other things ready or I'm waking up or whatever, but I don't think I've ever been on his pre-show, just because I'm never ready to be on camera or stream yet, because I'm trying to get ready for my HQ and everything else. But I assume if somebody was available, he probably would have somebody else on too. Yeah, Ethan is on Team Quilts too. English is hard sometimes.
We'll be back in a minute.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, English is hard sometimes. Fully set up enough to stream on. Exactly. Will there be a green screen this year? I have one behind me, but I'm not going to use it for the stream. I've kind of made up my mind with that. I'm not going to use it for the stream specifically. I just use it for my own stuff, but it's right there. It pulls up and down, and it's portable. I love it, but I'm just probably not going to use it for the main stream because I don't really need to. What's up, MTN? How are you, man? How have you been? Oh yeah, and I guess we still have the apply command, but if you don't know, our applications are closed for right now. That's why I don't have a timer coming around promoting our applications, because they're closed, but I guess, I still have that on. I wasn't necessarily going to take it off, though, because at some point before the end of the year, we'll have probably them active again for 2026. So I didn't want to delete the command, but I also didn't want to promote it because they're closed right now. Yeah, I bet, Acer. We just have other stuff that obviously, I'm sleeping in on the 23rd. Andrew does his stuff. And then I have to get ready for my HQ and then the mainstream. So we don't typically do a lengthy pre-show. But Andrew does, like an hour one usually on his own. I'm now feeling more very festive. So my favorite Christmas advert on TV. Awesome, Leisha. Same old, same old. Yeah, I get that, MTN. I like what you had on Grisling was used for last year when you had a 2D map. Well, that's the thing, Ethan. I'm already having the 2D map on here this year. The reason why I'm not doing the green screen is because I figured this year the 2D map would be more blocked by my camera than even it was more so last year. And I needed more space to mess around with different elements of the stream this year. And I figured, it would save space. But the problem is, especially since my webcam is smaller, because I didn't want to do as big of a webcam anyway. Plus, it would block more stuff because I'm fitting more stuff on the stream. But also, because it's smaller, the 2D map will be a lot more blocked than it usually is. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to do the green screen because you won't be able to see the 2D map as well. So don't worry, I will have the 2D map on the stream this year. It just won't be behind me on the green screen. I will just have it on the stream though. Because I did not want to take that away because I thought that was a cool thing to have. But like I said, I just knew there wouldn't be really a point to do it now because, I'm doing the 2D, but it wouldn't be a point to put the 2D behind me on the green screen because it would just be blocked more than it usually is. And it's what's the point of having that behind me if you can't see it very well? That and the fact that OBS sometimes is dumb and it can crash with too many different elements. So I didn't want to add the green screen this year because that may add to its problems or whatever. So I wanted to eliminate that as well. But I will have a box. I'll have several boxes like I do now, or I guess you could call it webcam overlays, but they're boxes for different things. And one of them will be the 2D map. So that won't change in terms of having what you're used to. It will just change in terms of having it behind me. But we'll absolutely have the 2D map yet again, along with the 3D map as usual. In terms of what, Joe? In terms of what you're doing this year, what do you mean specifically? The most important question is what decorations are you going to have in your office this year? Ooh, I don't know. I mean, we'll have some of the same usual stuff that I have, but I'm going to really try my hardest to get more stuff to make it more unique. So I don't have specific plans yet, but I have a month and a half to figure this out. So just expect more than usual, I would say.
Hello.
Yo, welcome back. Joe, you mean for like, I mean, you can just explain it if you want. I don't know if you mean for like stream rules or you mean for like something that you're doing differently. I mean, I know you're doing several different things this year, so I don't know specifically what you mean, but you can just, whatever it is, just let me know. Like, I know I probably know, but I just being like, I just don't know what you mean specifically.
See you later, Ethan.
See you, Ethan.
What's up, Jack K? How are you? Oh, I realise my mic's horrendous.
What do you say, Harley?
Nothing.
Okay, let me look at chat again. I give out with my spelling. You're good, Nathan. Oh, Ethan, I think Joe meant the, AML design that you have on your profile picture. The AML profile picture. Oh, you mean just what you were branded, Joe? EST, yeah. Yes, it is, Nathan. What's up, Jack? I was busy doing something, lost track of time. That's why I'm tuning in now, or late. All good, Jack. How are you, man? I hope you've been well. Good, man. Awesome, Jack.
Is it me, or is it just like whenever SC comes to my house, I always feel scared for some reason. I don't know why, because he's essentially breaking into your house, but instead of
Yeah.
taking things, he's giving.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, I know. I feel the same way too. I mean, like I said, it was crazy last Christmas too, because after I went off, I quickly snapped a picture of my setup because sometimes I'm so sleep deprived that I always forget to take a picture of my setup for the setup section on Discord, and then when we post everything on social media, like the day after for all of the people's setups. I always try to do it before our mainstream goes up, but then I always forget to a lot of the time. So right when I went off, like when he was basically getting into California from, I guess, Baja California, I guess he was still in Mexico. I snapped a quick photo of my setup, and I was like, okay, I'm at least gonna put it now to Discord, and then I went to my bed. But yeah, I heard another crazy sound. Like it was a pretty decent like thud on the roof, like right above me, which was pretty crazy. Which obviously my mic and my camera's off, so it's not like you guys heard it this year, or last year, I guess. But yeah, it was pretty crazy, and it was like right when NORAD was approaching my area, and it was like right when the note was written and everything. But yeah, I kind of feel that same way sometimes too. Okay, guys, I'll be right back. Yeah, happy early Thanksgiving to you too, Joe. But yeah, I'll be right back.
right.
Yo, I'm back. Hope everybody's been having a great weekend so far, though, and great day in general, and have been enjoying the stream. But yeah, the big improvement too from, I mean, you guys kind of noticed it at Easter, because I did add more ETAs for Easter. But again, the big improvement for the ETAs will be it's no longer the first arrival in said region. We're still sticking with countries, states, territories, that type of thing. We are. So still no cities. And one thing that I did last year that I'm not doing this year is Santa Cam commands or ETAs, because I expect this could be the year where we see some of those changes, so I'm not even going to try to guess. And B, we don't even need Santa Cam ETA commands, because I've added so many regions. You already know every single time that Santa typically gets to one region, goes somewhere else, and then comes back to another part of that region. Because that's what I did differently from last year. Because last year, sure, we kind of did need that because it was just the first arrival in said region. But now that we have, typically every time he backtracks to other parts of the region, you don't really have a need for those Santa Cam commands anymore anyway, because you already have a good idea on when he would be at specific places. So there's that, and like I said, the fact that we have no clue in terms of Santa Cams. There could be new ones this year, there could be new locations that we have no clue about, so I'm not even going to try and guess. And then for, I know, so what was I going to say? For the Santa, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, I also implemented ETAs that NORAD doesn't even show. Basically. So I combined ETAs that I came up with that are, prediction program like system that we have. Though there would be some ETAs of regions that NORAD doesn't have, and I combined them with regions NORAD does have. So you're going to get an increased amount of regions this year too, which will really help, maybe some of you who don't live very close to a NORAD location. Or at least, I mean, at least in terms of if you're kind of in the middle between maybe a couple and you don't exactly know. Like, for example, for me, the closest NORAD stop, at least as of last year, for my new place I'm at is Ogden, Utah, and then coming from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. So the point is, in that scenario, you would combine, Utah with, the southeast part of Idaho, which I'm in. So that's kind of the same concept I did with the ETAs this year, to where you're just going to have more regions than what NORAD shows, because they're combined with regions that NORAD does show. So I hope you guys are excited for that too, just because I know a lot of you really liked them last year, but you were like, you wanted more commands and more ETAs, and I was able to supply that this year. So I hope you guys are excited for that, because I think it'll be a lot easier to understand what time he'll get to your house. And if you are confused, like with commands and stuff, because pretty much everything I do is, if there's only one ETA for, like, let's say, for example, Africa, you get, like, I don't know, like South Africa, for example. This might not even be true, but let's say South Africa only had one time he came to South Africa, then it would just be South Africa ETA. But if it asks you to specify in the commands, or like if you're on the website once those ETAs go live and it shows you a direction, like let's say the north part of South Africa or the south part of South Africa, that means there's more than one ETA for one region. And with Nightbot, you would have to specify for what part of that, or you would just have to look at the map on our prediction program on our website once those ETAs go live. So my point is, if you are a little confused on like, well, I don't know if I'm the west part or if I'm the east part because I'm kind of in the middle, I would say just ask us. Or like I said, the AML prediction program actually might help you a lot because they are plotted. The ETAs will be plotted what part of the region I'm talking about. So even if the direction isn't as clear for you, if you go on the map and find a pinpoint that's closest to you, then that should indicate your closest ETA. And like I said, if you need help with that, just ask us for sure. But that should also add more of a level of more certainty than you would be used to on the ETAs, because at least you will have a map where you're able to pinpoint it. Whereas before, you just had just the direction on the ETAs, and maybe it wasn't as clear. So I think both of those things together will really help to be able to provide those ETAs, be more clear on like, okay, which one is yours. Like I said, if you're still confused, literally just ask me, because I'll be able to let you know what ETA I would think is closest to you for sure. I will tell you though, like with Mikey, for example, aren't you in... Wait, are you in Pennsylvania? I feel like. That one is a little hard, I feel like, because there's 2 times he usually comes to Pennsylvania, but it's hard to pinpoint what ETA would be yours. So like, for example, like in Mikey's scenario, if you're like right in the middle of 2 different ETA pinpoints and you don't know which one is yours, I would always say, please choose the earliest one, because you want to be safe. Okay, yeah, Mikey, yes, okay. So like, for example, like once the ETAs go live, and if you're like right in the middle, because there's like a south part of, Pennsylvania, and there's more of like a north part. So if you're kind of like in the middle of both of them and you don't know which one, and this goes for anybody else who's in that scenario too, if you're kind of in the middle of both pinpoints and you don't know which one is your ETA, then I would always advise pick the one that comes earlier, because it's always better to be safe than sorry. It's always better to pick an earlier ETA, even if that's not your stop, because that at least makes sure that you're at least to bed earlier, so he can come to your house. So that's what I would always advise doing, is if you're in the middle there and it's hard to know which ETA is yours, just pick the earlier one. If you're not clear on which one is yours, because that always bets you on, okay, well, even if I'm earlier than I needed to be, that's better than going to bed later than I should have. That's what I would advise. And yeah, for you, Mikey, obviously we don't have the ETA commands on there right now. So I don't think we have a Western Pennsylvania for Christmas this year. That's why I said that, Mikey, because I think the only... Let me check, actually. Let me see the ones that I'm going to do this year. Because, again, I only do the directions based on what NORAD typically does. I don't just, like, make up directions and call it, like, whatever. I look at what NORAD usually does and what Santa usually does, and then make it into the ETA based off of that. And sure, I do add regions that NORAD doesn't show, but the only reason why I do that is because I look at the regions that are surrounding the places that NORAD does show to expand the region to make it more clear. I don't just add regions that are nowhere near close to where, NORAD shows, because it's based on their information for sure. So that's kind of where I'm at with that, Mikey. Let me check, though, in terms of what I will have. Again, I haven't done them yet for the commands, but when I do, I will let you know, at least since I have an idea of what I'm going to be doing. So for Pennsylvania, let's see. So for Pennsylvania, I have South Central Pennsylvania. Again, they're not commands yet, but when I do them, it will be South Central Pennsylvania and Northwest Pennsylvania. So my point is, like, Mikey, that might be a little hard for you to figure out, because I think you said your closest, like, at least with when I did the weather presentation last year, I think it was like I forgot what place you're closest to, but I think it was where's Pennsylvania? I think it was Pittsburgh, right? Was like the closest area. So my point is, like, okay, Northwest Pennsylvania is technically not Pittsburgh, and South Central Pennsylvania is still kind of further away from Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh, I think, is southwest. So my point is like, okay, if you're not sure in that scenario, and that goes for anybody, just pick the earliest one. In this case, South Central, I believe, is the earliest one. And then Northwest Pennsylvania comes an hour later, I think. So yeah, it was okay. It was Pittsburgh. Yeah. So my point is, in that scenario, if you're not sure because NORAD doesn't have like a super close stop to you, then I would always pick the earliest one. In this case, it would probably be South Central, just to be sure. And I try also to do my ETAs based on more of your guys' reports too. Like, for example, like what Joe said with the whole Illinois like vortex thing or Chicago vortex thing. Like, I also gather intel from you guys, what you guys have told me before. Like, for example, like Joe a lot of times, or at least sometimes, gets delivered to earlier than Chicago because of the vortex, where he comes to Illinois, he comes like right around Chicago, but it avoids the town itself, so areas surrounding it can kind of still get delivered to earlier, but then he comes back to wrap up Chicago later. So my point is, I form the ETAs that way based on your guys' experience and with NORAD stuff to kind of figure out, okay, well, you know, the ETA for Joe may be earlier, and then I made sure to make that change with our ETAs. But then for you, Mikey, like since it's hard to know with those two NORAD stops, at least what they've done in the past. They could change. I mean, Santa could change his route, of course, and NORAD could start showing more towns. That's what I won't know until it's happening, obviously. But just based on what's happened in the past, you know, in that scenario where you're not sure, definitely just always pick the earliest one, because that always just makes sure you're safe no matter what. Yeah, so what Santa does, he goes to East Pennsylvania first and then comes down to do Western. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. He does like this, I think he does East Pennsylvania and then comes down to South and like the central part. So that's why for the first Pennsylvania command that I will put in at some point, it will be South Central Pennsylvania for the first time he comes to Pennsylvania. And then the second time he comes to Pennsylvania, it will be Northwest Pennsylvania. Correct, Joe. You will just do Northern Illinois for yours, and it will come up. And if you don't know, like the full command, the full title will be Northern Indiana and Northern Illinois. But the way I'll program them, I'll make sure to where you can do Northern Indiana and your ETA will still show up, or you can do Northern Illinois and your ETA won't show up. For ETAs that I group with other regions, you don't do the full thing. You can just do, you know, whatever it is. So if it's the same ETA for Northern Indiana as it is for Northern Illinois, you can do both. You can just do Northern Indiana, or in your case, you can just do Northern Illinois. It will still give you the same information, but yeah. What's up, SC? Welcome in. What time will Santa be here in Kentucky? Well, on December 24th, you'll be able to come to our website to see our ETAs. I don't know that on the top of my head, SC, but for our ETAs, you'll be able, like I said, the minute our stream starts on December 24th or late December 23rd, if your time zone starts then, you'll be able to come here on amltruckers.com/ETA, and you'll be able to go to Kentucky and see what time he comes to your house. So just do that when our mainstream starts, because there'll be a lot of cool features this year. What's up, Carrie? Welcome in. Okay. Did you remember to add my weather request for ETA and weather? Oh, you mean like for like Truro, and then there was a couple other. I put them in my notes app to do. So when I do them, Harley, I will. I noted the ones that you asked me about like a couple months ago. I put them in my notes app to save for when I do them. I'll probably do them on December 22nd, so it's ready for December 23rd. for the mainstream. So yeah, I have them in my notes app, so I'll make sure to do that, Harley.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. VC feeling dead. Yeah, I know. Oh, wait, no data? No. Wait, what? No. Harley, do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. It says no data on the stream for some reason.
It didn't freeze.
Okay, well, that's good then. Now it says excellent connection again. Oh, yes, Dancing Forever. She's an OG. It didn't buffer for me. Okay, good. Then I don't know why YouTube just lied then and said it no data, but it's back to excellent connection. Merry early Christmas. Yes. I'm glad I didn't buffer though. All right. See you later, Joe. Have a good night. But yeah, I mean, for test streams, VC tends to be more dead. That's just the way it is. Yeah, great question, Mikey. I mean, I'll at least stream till 4 my time, which is another 12, 13 minutes. So let me know. Do you guys want me to stream past 4 Mountain Time, or do you want me to end at 4 Mountain Time? Let me know. Yeah, Harley, I felt like for Easter... Well, yeah, for Christmas it might have been part 2. I don't remember. For Easter, though, I felt like she was in earlier in the stream, but... Yeah.
Probably leave until 4 p.m. your time and then end.
What, Harley?
Probably leave it until 4 p.m. your time and then probably end it.
Okay.
Unless chat is, somehow gets more active.
Yeah, for sure. It doesn't matter to me. I'm getting tired, though. Yeah. To be honest with you, Gabe, I don't really care. You do what you want. Okay, cool. Yeah, I guess, assuming we won't have a major increase in viewers or team members coming up soon, and I'll probably end it at 4 my time.
Test stream 2 in 2 weeks.
Yep. Test stream 2 is just 2 weeks away, guys.
It's 10:49 p.m. Nathan, where I live, and my parents are sleeping.
Crazy. It gets dark at 5:15. Yeah, kind of same here too. It's like 5:15, like 5:30, I guess, is when it gets dark here. Harley lives in the UK, Mikey. It's interesting to come on the time converter too, because like it's insane to think about how our mainstream starts for different people, like time wise. Like if you go to the furthest time zone, like the latest time zone, the time zone that's in the past, like the absolute most in the past compared to everybody else, is Line Island's time, which is UTC plus 14. And look at this. Our mainstream doesn't even start for these people until December 24th at 8 p.m. That's insane. I mean, you're just a few hours away from Christmas Day when the mainstream starts. And it's crazy because the mainstream doesn't end for this time zone until December 26th, which is crazy to think about. Time zones are just wild. But, yeah. Yep, American Samoa, like on the direct other side of the international date line. That includes the furthest Kiribati time zone. That's like the furthest closest, or the closest to the international date line on the west side, I guess. Or no, east side? Now I gotta look at this. The west side, where it says Oceania West date line. It's the farthest Kiribati goes, because Kiribati is centered over, I think, 3 time zones. But the furthest, or the closest, one of the islands of Kiribati is closest to there, is Line Island's time, which also includes, actually, American Samoa is UTC plus 13. I just realized that. That's West Samoa. So technically, that's the second furthest time zone, is American Samoa, in terms of being in the past. It's just 1 hour ahead of the furthest, which is, again, the furthest Kiribati Island is located at. Been dark for 45 minutes for Nathan. That's insane. It'll be dark in like an hour and a half over here. Yeah, I live in Dublin. It's really dark and the street lights on my street are not working, so it's pitch black. Man. Yeah. Yeah, so like Harley, for one of the, because like I said, it's 3 different time zones for Kiribati. The furthest time zone for Kiribati, I feel like might be UTC plus 12, maybe? Which, yeah, would be, it's either UTC plus 12 or UTC plus 13 is one of the earliest Kiribati time zones, which would either land you at 10:30 p.m. or 11:30 p.m. But since Line Island's time is the furthest away for Kiribati, let me bring up Google. Well, maybe I won't bring up. Well, I will bring up Google Maps. I'm just not going to show you directly when it comes up because it's going to show my location. So let me bring it up first so you guys don't see that. Okay, here we go. So if we bring up Google Maps here, so Kiribati spreads across like 3 time zones. So here's the main Kiribati. This is Line Island's time, which would be, like I said, UTC plus 14. You end the stream at like 12:30 in the morning on December 26th, which is insane. But then you have another time zone, Baker Island Kiribati time, which is here, which is an hour behind that. And then you have another one, which is this one. This is, I think, Tarwarwa. I can never say that. I believe this is the island, or at least the time zone that NORAD has for Kiribati, which is the furthest in the future compared to the rest of Kiribati. But yeah, it's insane.
It's Tarawa.
So yeah, that. Can't wait for the NORAD. What's it to launch on December 1st? I love playing all the games each day leading up to tracking. I know. It's going to be here before you know it, Leisha. Typically the mainstream ends like 10:15, 10:30 UK time on December 25th because it used to end like 11 a.m. UK time because Santa used to get back then. But now he gets back at like 10:15, 10:30 UK time, typically. I mean, more like 10:15, 10:10, 10:15, 10:20, but I just extended it to go to 10:30 UK time just in case. Because like I said, I don't exactly know. Santa could be a little bit longer this year, we'll see. He used to, yeah, go till 11 a.m. UK. He used to start at 11 a.m. UK and then go till 11 a.m. UK. But now it's typically starts at 11 a.m. UK and then goes till like 10:15, give or take 5 minutes. Hey, let's not do that. Show your location, yeah. Yeah, exactly, Jack. It does change. And like, if you haven't already, definitely check out the secret AML files. Get a lot of cool stuff here. And of course, this question is always great. Which Santa tracker is more accurate? I prefer NORAD tracking. Even Santa himself prefers NORAD tracking. So I think that's pretty clear. Yeah, there's a lot of cool questions on here. Right now, Mikey, if you could go over to the time converter and go to Eastern Standard Time, right now on the 25th, the stream will be scheduled to end around 5:30 Eastern Standard Time on the 25th. Just a 1-second buffer, of course, Nathan. At least it's not too bad, but of course. Yeah, no problem, Mikey. It'll be my second year tracking with AML. I'm looking forward to it all. Gonna be a super to it all. Yeah, I'm gonna be another super awesome stream. Absolutely, Alicia. Thank you for continuing to watch us. It means a lot. All right, guys, it is now 4 o'clock Mountain Time, so I will now be ending the stream. NORAD Satellites versus Google's lay my IP address. Absolutely, Harley. This is my second year tracking with AML. Thank you, Mikey. Means a lot. I think we would know which one is better. Absolutely, Harley. All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you in 2 weeks for test stream number 2. Harley, do you want to say anything?
Thank you all for coming, and hope to see you all again on the next stream.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Thank you so much for tuning in. See y'all in 2 weeks or sooner in Discord. Have a good night. You too, Nathan. Awesome stream. Thank you, Mikey. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in 2 weeks, guys. We got 45 days, 6 hours, 59 minutes until our main stream starts, and those ETAs go live. See you later, Jack. Thank you. See you later, Mikey.